What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another unranked ladder video utilizing the Pluffy strategy. So I'm going to be playing the Pluffy deck once again, but this time for 8.5. 8.5 should be legal for this upcoming weekend's regionals, supposedly. So I thought that it'd be prudent of myself to make a video. Sorry if I sound sick, it's because I am. You know, it is what it is. So I may sound like really nasally and stuff, but I am sick. So this is the new Luffy list that I came up with. I utilized a list from my friend Money D Luffy to come up with this. I played about 30 or so games on the sim. Unranked, of course, because the ranked sim only lets you play these cards if you play an OP09 format for the time being. So I was kind of forced into playing the unranked sim. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I do get to see at least the deck in action, and I do get to make some, try to whittle down a list. This is where I'm at currently. By nowhere, by no stretch of the imagination is this the final list or anything. This is just what I've come up with after 30 or so games. I like the kid just for the Dofi matchup because it should be like by far the most prevalent matchup. This card seems pretty good into it. And it's just like an alternative to the Luffy-tarou. 4 of the Jet Gatling because we are on so many bricks with the Luffy-tarou, the Zoro, the Magellan, the kid, and the mom. That I found myself wanting more of the Jet Gatling. So I decided to max it out along with the classic Pluffy 2K counters, this time 3 searchable ones in for Nosuke, Usohachi, and Sanji. And of course the new cards, Luffy-tarou lets you summon 5-drop or less, but usually you're summoning the Sanji or the Zoro. Zoro lets you search top 5 on summon, and Sanji lets you draw a card if you swing with it, and you have 8 or more Dawn on the field. And then we're also running a full suite of the blockers, the kid, the queen, and the law, along with the Sanji as well, of course. Not playing the Nami, but that's definitely a card you could consider. It's a 4-drop 2K out of the starter deck. If you have 8 or more Dawn on summon, you can discard a card, draw 2. It's pretty good, and it might help the filtering situation because I do feel like Magellan is a dead card in some matchups, especially Blue Dofi, which is probably going to be the most prevalent, but it is really good in the other matchups like Bonnie, Black, and Yellow. So it might just be necessary to play this card. I'm kind of iffy on it right now, but we'll see as we continue to test. But let's get into some unranked games here. We got 6 of them for today. Alright, first one's going to be against a Luchi player. We're going to go first, swing 5, use our ability, play the Zoro, get the search. We're going to find, I believe, the Luffy-tarou. For our next turn, we can go to 7 and then play Luffy-tarou into Zoro. They can't kill the Zoro, which is nice for us. I usually don't think they can on 4 anyway, just thinking about the cards that they have in their deck. Of course, they can play the Jet Pistol. We're actually going to play the Sanji because we rip it off the top of the deck and or out of life. So we're going to play that instead just to like have a 5 cost instead of a 4 cost, which is obviously harder to kill. They're going to go 6 into the Zoro. We'll give them a 1K just to try and keep as much pressure as possible. We kind of just have the perfect curve with the 9 moms here next turn. Use leader ability again. 9 mom replace the life that we took with the leader ability. So let's see what they do. They only have 5 Dawn because we ramp so fast. They're going to be able to Tempest Kick, hit 10 cards perfectly in the graveyard, and then an Ice Age on the Luffy-tarou to play the Spandine. Spandine effect, summon the one Luchi from their trash, rested, and kill both the Luffy and the Sanji. So pretty sick play by the Luchi player. But they did have to use a lot of resources, so and also the trash only has 1 Luchi in it, so maybe getting rid of it with this mom will hopefully do some work here. They could just straight up play Gecko here, which would suck, but they don't have it. They're just going to Ice Age Jack, so once again using some resources, and hopefully we can capitalize off of that. Kind of want to kill the Jack here, because it does just guarantee a kill on my Zoro next turn if I don't. But I'm trying to balance it with like also wanting to play another card this turn just to establish another body. So I think I decide to go 8, see what he does. If he lets it go, then I can play like the 7-drop kid. If not, then I'm just gonna swing 8 again and play the queen. Filter out the 7-drop kid, pass turn. They're gonna play Isho, swing 7 into the Zoro. We will 0-drop, and I think this is some of these games I should say I'm only running a couple 0-drop, playing a couple different techs before I decide to go with the 4. So I'm just gonna Zoro into Zoro. One thing, obviously Zoro gets to search Zoro, so you can go Zoro into search something else. So that's what we do here. We play 2 Zoro into a Sanji 2K, swing 6, 6, 7, pass turn. They should be able to, like, assuming they have a Luchi, they can clear our board like relatively easily. They're gonna swing 10 into 6. We'll let it go, and then 8 into 6. We gotta save it just in case it's like the one card they can't kill if they do have the Luchi. And they do have the Luchi, so they're gonna be able to kill 2 of the Zoros. And then he can only swing 6 with the Khalifa into the other Zoro. And we just have the 2K counter for that, so now we just have to hopefully 10, 11 gets there. Go 10. We are putting a brick in their hand. And 11. And they only had 2K counter, so we get that one. Going into the next one, we're going to play against an Odin deck, which, you know, of course, not the most meta. We want to be playing against like Luchi, Dofi, Bonnie, that kind of stuff. But you know, it's early enough to try and people testing different things for the format. I'm sure we'll have enough Dofi games on whenever I start making ranked videos in this format, whenever that time comes. We're just going to play this Law on our 4-Don turn. They're only going to 4, so they're going to swing 6, play the Okiku. We're going to swing 5 with the Law. 5 with the leader, and then leader ability, play the Luffy-tarou, Don minus, play the Sangoro, pass turn. They're just going to swing 5 with the Okiku, not going to tap anything with it, which is fine by me. Kind of bricked up here. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to fit 4 of the 0-drops in the deck after this, just because I felt like I was bricking up way too much. Gonna go 5 into the Okiku. They let that go. We're gonna go 6 at life so that we can get the draw for the Sangoro, and then play the Mom, put the carrot in life, gain a life, pass turn. They're gonna have Dragon. They're gonna be able to swing 7 into our Law. We let that go. Then 9 into probably life. We have a few options here. Probably just want to swing with the Sanji first to see what we draw. Actually gonna go 9 at life to try and put 7 cards in their hand for the Law, actually. And we're still sitting at 8 Don, so we could still draw off the Sanji. Sorry, I had to cough there. They're gonna go 9 into the Sangoro. After we establish double blocker, we'll just double 2K out of that so that we can try and pressure game with our 2 blockers, but it should be wrapped up here regardless. Alright, we'll go into the next game against a Reiju player. Our hand's like not the worst of all time. We do have the Sangoro Zoro combo, so we're gonna go to 5 first and then play the Magellan, make them go to 2. That way, they're going to 4 next turn. They can't do much on 4. They can only putting us, which is whatever we draw back into the Luffy or the Luffy Zoro combo. So we're just gonna do that now. Take a life, Luffy into Zoro, Luffy or Zoro, grab another Luffy for our next turn, pass turn. They're just gonna go 5. We're gonna 1K, 5. We're gonna 2K just in case they have the Ichiji and they want to take a life off of us. They don't, so they're just gonna raise you into Black Maria. That's fine by us. We're gonna go 5 into this pudding just to get it off the field. See if they give us a card. They don't. We're gonna go 6, 7, 8, and then play Luffy to Zoro. Search up a 2K counter Usachi, which actually has a pretty relevant effect. I think we'll see in one of these games that it does come up. Its effect is it's a 3-drop, 3K. If you have 8 or more Dawn, you can tap a 5 or less, so you can like go for game with it. And like tap Sabas and stuff, which is pretty cool. They're gonna go 5. They're gonna play the Ichiji minus 2,000 to the Zoro, and then swing 5 into it or let it go. And then they're just gonna go 8 into our Luffy-tarou. We'll obviously give them the Usohachi, and then they're gonna swing 5. We'll give them. I think we took that one. I'm not exactly sure. And then it's just guaranteed game from here, no matter what. If they had to kill us on that turn, and they just couldn't. So now we're gonna go into the Enel deck, or against the Enel deck. Traditionally a good matchup. I don't see why it's not anymore. We'll see. They're gonna go 6 into life. We'll take it. We're probably just gonna play this Magellan. Throw them off curve. They're just gonna go 7 with a Banish Nami, and we will counter out of that. Now we can play Luffy-tarou, so we're gonna go 5. See if they take it. If they don't, then we'll obviously swing 6 to get them at 1. Play Luffy-tarou into Zoro. Zoro, search Usohachi. Could have played the Sanji there, and maybe it would have been better too. I just always want to play the Zoro because it's a brick. But it does open it up for an obvious Rocket Luffy, so maybe that was a misplay. We do draw into another Luffy, so that's pretty lucky. Probably going to end up playing that. We're going to go 5. They counter. 7. See what it is. Nothing. 8. They probably block. No one played Luffy. To Sangoro. Pass turn. They're going to have the Katakuri to put the Onami in life, which kind of sucks. That means we just have to swing with the Sanji and let the Magellan go. We will do that, but they actually don't take the Nami value, which I thought was weird. Fair enough, though, I guess. I don't know. We're just going to play this kid to get an extra 1,000 on our leader. Go 8, 8, 8. Make them discard all the cards in their hand and go to 0. So that, you know, force them to have a spend all their Dawn for a healer next turn. Yeah, now they're going to swing into the Magellan once they've hit 10. We won't save that, but we will save the Luffy from the 10 swing, and now we probably just can math them out of the game, barring any crazy triggers. And that should be it. Alright, we'll go into a mirror match, actually. We do win the die roll, we get to go first, which is pretty sure what you want to do. We only have the law here. Our opponent doesn't give us the value, but we might not have took it anyway, just so that we can hit 7 first and play the Luffy-tarou first. They're going to swing 6 and then play a Zoro. We're going to counter out of that, and then our turn we're going to swing 5 with the law, 5 with the leader. They counter take, then we'll use our leader ability, play Luffy into Sangoro, pass turn. They're going to swing 5. Just counter out of these. Keep our life high so that we can keep using our leader ability. So we're going to play Law first because they're at 7. Don't want them to discard a card over the Sangoro swing, so we do that, and then we get down to 7 Dawn. We have to use our leader ability to go back to 8 so that we can draw off to the Sanji. And then they give up the 6. We'll go 5, 5, 8. Just whittling down their hand. Play the queen. Filter out this dead Zoro, pass turn. So we're sitting pretty good. We have double blocker, 2 life, full board. They're only on 8 Dawn. So if they want to play a 9 drop, they're going to have to use their leader ability. And then we could potentially kill them on the crackback. They're going to go 6 into the Sanji. We, of course, save that. Then Kaido, the queen. 5 into the Law. We'll save that. 8 into the Sanji. We let that go. And then 10 into the kid, or the Luffy. We block that. And then we can just swing out for game after that. Get that one as well. And then we'll go into a Dofi matchup. I can't say this was the best Dofi player in the universe. But it is what it is. It is unranked, so have to temper your expectations. But it's a good representation nonetheless. Opponent is just going to lucky hit the Jinbei into Weevil, which is going to be probably the most annoying thing about next format. Whenever they go first and just hit Jinbei Weevil. It's pretty good. And we're going to, on 4, not use our leader ability because I don't want to play into pudding. So we're actually just going to play Zoro. And pass turn, they're going to swing 7, we'll take it. And then 5-5, we'll counter out of both of those to keep our, once again, keep our hand low so we don't play into pudding. Because we are going to be taking our life here with our leader ability next turn to play this kid. Swing 6-6 into the Jinbei. And they do let the second one go, which is nice. By the way, they had Jinbei Gecko. After that look, Jinbei into Weevil. They're going to play Piranha, stack the top 5. I've seen Piranha fall out of favor in favor of the Teach, but they're only going to go 7 to our 6k leader. We'll 2k out of that, and 6, 5, which should have been a 6, and then 6. They wanted to play the Piranha, I guess. Then I just wouldn't have swung with the Jinbei, but that's just me. So we are pretty down bad, but I think this is just kind of how you have to play against Dofi. You have to try and whittle down their board and play the long game with the moms. Unless I'm just totally wrong and there's a better way to play it, I don't know. They're going to hit the Law off their leader ability, bounce our Zoro, which sucks, but we'll just discard it for the 0 drop event. And then they're going to go 10, we'll take it, of course. We have another mom, so we're probably just going to play that. They're going to have, I think, the 3rd or 4th Piranha, but I think they actually recycled it off the Crocodile, so it's fair enough. And then Gecko. Hard play into the Jinbei. And then just swing 9. Play a Gecko. So not the best play. I feel like there's something else you could have done there, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, you know, just hard play the Jinbei, play whatever's in hand, just try and set up a kill next turn or something, but... we are just going to play the kid queen, best combo blockers in the deck, and then it's immediately going to get gravity bladed. Unfortunate. They're actually just going to go 8 at life, which we will have the counter for. And we do have a blocker, so we're going to have to play the blocker. We can't kill them this turn because they're at 4 life. We only have 4 swings. So we're going to have to do our best to put them down at 0 and hope to live with this blocker with a 0 drop in our hand. And they don't have the perfume femur, so they can't go for it. Even if they did, maybe we get there, I don't know. But, yeah, sorry about the lack of enthusiasm. I feel really sick right now, but hopefully it'll be better soon. But either way, GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.